I'm a malicious female partner, but I'm playing it bad because in a few days, my fiancé will be returning home with the real mistress. And I am the biggest stumbling block to the sweet pet script. I dreamt of learning the plot, and I just let it go. Why bother? If it weren't for gratitude, I wouldn't want such a cheap fiancé. Su Jin and I have a baby kiss. To be more precise, I am his daughter-in-law. It's just that he hasn't been very fond of me. His grandmother, Mrs. Su, has shown me kindness in nurturing me, an elderly person of a long age. My only wish is to marry Su Jin, grace the door of the Song family. I originally intended to convince my biological parents to take him home in order to repay my kindness. But now after having such a real dream, I hesitated. More than 10 years ago, my father was on the second prince's team. The family was liquidated by His Majesty at the time and exiled to the border. But when I was just born, my parents saw that I was weak. Afraid I won't be able to withstand the blizzard on the border. Only by relying on connections and friendly Mrs. Su. Mrs. Su had a great relationship with my deceased grandmother. Immediately took me home. In order to cover up my identity as the daughter of a criminal minister, I also fabricated a lie about life-saving benefactor and an orphan, asking me to follow her surname. That's how I was raised by Mrs. Su. I know I'm under someone else's supervision, so I've been very sensible since childhood. No matter the rules or the embroidery work, the steward or the principal being a person, their physique and appearance are among the best in the capital city. With the gradual rise of the second prince, he has great potential to become an emperor. It's also a matter of time before my father returns to Beijing to take on an important position. As soon as she came and went, Mrs. Su developed the idea of not letting the fat and water flow into the field of outsiders. I don't have any objections. After all, nurturing is beyond measure. Besides, Mrs. Su is really taking the heart out of me. Please hire the best teacher for me to help her manage the small courtyard when I am under 10 years old, although there is also a bit of selfishness involved. But Su Jin is different. He hated me from a young age and thought I had a boring personality. Even if she is a model of a noble woman in the capital, she is not a robust orphan who relies on her family. I embroidered and wrote, and he said I pretended to be virtuous and virtuous. Turning around, he told his sister Song Chinching that little orphan girl like me has just these skills. I paint and read, and he says I'm artless and elegant. And then he told his 7 or 8 friends how the calligraphy and painting of Mr. Ziheng in Beijing was so good that I insisted on irritating them. Laugh to death. Actually, I am Mr. Zion. After all, Su Jin is unreliable. I had to find a way out, but I never argued with Su Jin about who calls him the eldest son of the Song family. Later, Mrs. Su forced me to make a marriage agreement and became his fiancé, which made him even more disgusted with me. Every day, either we go out and indulge in extravagance, or this poetry club, or that banquet. Every time he gets so nauseous, he keeps me from taking care of his affairs. I have long since given up hope for Su Jin. Until this day, I had a very real dream. I dreamt that Su Jin and his fox friends saved a small official woman's surname shit at a poetry meeting. That woman is very different from ordinary people, ancient spirit and spirit. It's said that a soul from a different world quickly captured Su Jin's heart, and the two became happy enemies. In the entire sweet pet script, Mrs. Su and I are the biggest villains. Because in my dream, Mrs. Su liked me so much that I couldn't help it. I like Su Jin very much. I also have a prime minister father who has been feeling guilty and loving me for many years. So I am relentless in persecuting them. After waking up from my dream, I thought it was ridiculous because I couldn't possibly like Su Jin to death. But in the next few days, many coincidences happened, all of which I'd seen in my dreams. I have to believe. You know. What's the matter? What's so preoccupied with? Mrs. Su smiled kindly and looked at me, saying, I just regained my senses and remembered that the incense in my hand had not moved for a long time. Your air is fine. It's just that you haven't slept well lately and are worried. I'll continue with the movements in my hand. This in Xiang may be of some use. Mrs. Su smiled and nodded, just laughing. A woman rushed in outside the door soon after. With a bad complexion, he said to Mrs. Su, "Oh, old lady. Just now the eldest son saved a woman who fell into the water at a poetry meeting. The intimate relationship between the two made many people see it." Mrs. Su's hand just froze as she picked up the teacup. My hand pressing on the incense ash also paused. It seems like that's not a dream. It's a warning from he.